practice to remove the three defects of the mind. Eyes are closed. Sit or lie down. And first is the position of the body. Just adjust and align the body, sitting or lying down, whatever is most comfortable. In the first step, now I guide you these steps with reference to becoming a seeker. So the knowledge and the practice go together. Knowledge and the practice go together. Position of the body, it is the knowledge. Then look at the breath. Breath is moving in and out. You see that? When you look at the body and the position of the body, it is the physical mind. We give mind a glimpse of where we want to move. When you're looking at the breath, it is the subtle mind. Now behind the breath, you're looking the thought. Experiences in the mind, it is the subtler mind. And you're looking behind the thought. It is the subtlest mind. We need the mind to be subtlest, and it becomes subtlest only, knowledge part, only when these three defects are removed. We move to being comfortable. That is a common step. But I personalize this every time. Now see the physical and the subtler. You look at the neck joint, that is physical mind. Subtler mind, you experience sensation, comfortable and stillness. When you separate the two, through the knowledge in the mind, that goes a long way. Shoulder joints. So now not only you remember, you know it, but you also experience this physical mind and the subtler mind. So we experience more and more of the subtler mind. Why? To remove the three defects. And gradually we go deeper. So look at the hip joint, feel the sensation. Being comfortable in steadiness, move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body. And now being carefree is to touch the subtlest mind. How come? Let us be into the translate knowledge into the practice. Let the thought come and go. Let the thought come and go like traffic on the road or on the mind. mental traffic. So what is this? This is the subtler mind. And when you say, let the thought come and you go, you stand behind. What is that subtlest mind? It is pure awareness. I always want to give the highest practice in every session, so I have a liberty to go down. If I give you only the least important practice, and if it doesn't work, I have nowhere to go. So when you add that knowledge into it, the mind and the intellect starts becoming clear. So you're looking at the thoughts and the feeling and the sensations and standing behind it. The way I'm looking at you at this moment, the same way you are also looking at your own thoughts. It appears separate. Even the intellect says, yes, I see it separate. That triggers the intellect and inspires. Center of the wisdom is inside the forehead. More the mind goes there, higher the awareness. Many ways. So let us see, look at the breath going in and out. Start breathing little deeper, only little deeper, casually, little deeper, deep, silent and slow breath to maintain awareness and attention. You'll understand that how we are working on the mind to remove that distraction and start dropping that impurity. The third part, ignorance, comes later. But at the same time, we are becoming clear about the subject matter, so you are breathing little deeper with awareness and attention. Now move the mind with the breath deep inside the forehead with awareness and attention. Just looking at a point in the space. It's little challenging, looking at a point in the space. I see the space in the room. Can I pick up a point in the space in the room? Yes. That makes the mind subtlest. Very simple, appears very simple. So every time the breath goes in, the mind looks the point in the space and the breath touches. The moment the breath comes out, the mind again looks at that point and the breath returns. It is all, goal is to make the mind subtle. Why? To become a seeker, to have a glimpse of continue. There are many more points here, so I'm giving you only 4 points. Deep silence, slow breath, with a gentle, with very not very deep, with awareness and attention. Moving the mind with the breath with awareness and attention. Picking up a point in the space. When the breath goes in, the breath touches it, mind knows. And when the breath returns, the mind also returns with it. So we start experiencing as if infinite space, maybe a sense of bodilessness or too far from the body. Continue. The mind reacts, rejects, forgets. If it happens, make your breath little deeper. Than the before. So if you make the breath little deeper than before, you will discover, the experience of sensation, tingling, numbness, and the mind returns to the practice. One way. Yes, till the mind complains. So the mental singing drops that distraction. So what is that? Just mental singing? Shantuham. When the breath goes in, you touch the point in the space, the breath touches the point in the space, and the mind knows it, saying Shantuham, singing in your mind. In the beginning, mind objects, but if you continue to do it, you will see it. It is possible. You see how many, I have added many points. So every time you do the practice, you will explore, all these points have to be together. So it's a singing, with the mind moving, with the breath, inside the forehead, in the space, at a point in the space. So the moment the breath goes in, you start singing, and it ends with a hum at the point in the space. Shantu hum. And it returns with the Shantu hum. You will start experiencing a tremendous sweet sensation deep inside the forehead at that point. What it means? The mind has become subtle. You have all the tools to follow this step. The moment you have many distractions, you simply make the breath little deeper, little longer singing, and then returning to a point in the space inside the forehead. You may experience as if the breath is piercing the forehead and it touches the point in the space where it's singing Shantoham, returning Shantoham. There are some peculiar sensations and experiences that takes place. We need not to worry, we are in safe hands, and we are completely safe with these steps. We allow that experience to take place. By practice, there are many points, and these points are points of knowledge. So by practice, mind moves to the knowledge, and by the knowledge, the intellect, mind becomes clear. It is a matter of awareness and attention. The breath, the mind, the mantra Shantoham means I am the peace. They all move together. To touch the point in the space, and the moment the mind, breath, mantra touches, we experience as if we have entered into the infinite space. We may feel the piercing sensation, we may feel a sense of light. A lot of things happens. It may happen today, it may not. It is all about practice. And now leave this step. Let the breath be normal and we educate the mind. Once it becomes subtle, then these steps becomes easier. Purely the physical mind. Recognize, accept, and experience. Purely physical mind, the space all around the body. Maybe the studio, the room, the objects. Objects are purely physical mind. A little subtler is the physical body. Experience the body, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. All different layers of the mind works together. And if the mind gets interested into that, and even if you do the practice in the moments of stress and anxiety, you'll discover, oh, it simply drops. And the physical body, move the mind on the entire body, experience another state of the physical mind. The breath. Look at the breath. That is another physical mind, or we can say the energy mind. So you see that we all experience simultaneously. That is how the mind works. Objects, space outside, sensation in the body, relaxation and stillness, breath. Oh yes, the moment I said breath, you become aware of the breath. And then the subtle mind, what we say thoughts, feelings, sensation. We know them. The knowledge is already subtle. And behind the mind. So normally the mind looks into the space, darkness, or emptiness. Subtlest mind alone can discover. But what is the joy is that the more the mind moves within, deeper the relaxation, calmness happens. Simple way, even at any moment, you can pick up this step and even for 5 minutes, couple of times during the day, what we did and what we are doing, let us do that again. The mind moves from outside to inside. As it moves inside with awareness and attention, it becomes subtle, subtler, subtlest. And the time comes when the mind merges into the higher consciousness. That is what we say awakening is. We are aware of the room, the objects in the room, and the space all around. Mind knows it. Subtler than this experience is the physical body, looking at the physical body. Sensation, relaxation, stillness, maybe other variety of sensations, we accept it. Subtler than this, knowledge, looking at the breath is going in and out. We simply know the breath is moving in and out. We know the sensation of the breath. The mind still becomes subtle. Then looking at the thoughts, feeling the sensations, you're listening to me, that is happening at this level. Subtler mind. And behind that, let us mind explore, and going behind the mind means the mind cannot know anything. So it projects the infinite space, blankness, and out of that space and the blankness enters a new experience of inner calm, quietness, and the peace. Both understanding. Just an awareness, you will come to know the mind is living in a subtler state or it's a physical. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, be there. Experience the state. The mind goes to the left hand, be there. Feel the sensation. Raise both your palms, slowly place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside the palm. Ask yourself, how do you feel? What is your experience? And bring the hands down slowly. We will share our experience.